Hi YouTube, how are you doing, and welcome back to Phasmophobia. In this video, I want to share you my thoughts about the paramic once again. If you've watched my videos lately, you know that I've been a big fan of the paramic ever since they changed the way it works. They have changed the game to basically fit around the paramic and to make it an incredibly powerful tool to both find the ghost room at the start of the match and then further on keep track of the ghost. Where is it now? It is just really strong, and if you aren't already using the paramic, I really want to implore you to try it out, give it a shot. Even in a team setting, there are certain things you can look for that allow you to basically automatically filter out any of the noise your team is making, because the noises you're looking for are very consistent and very reliable, the noises that the ghost make, and your team will just be making random noises, so this can really help you track the ghost. I'm gonna hop into a game in Willow Street House. I'm gonna show you around. We're gonna find the ghost room real quick. We'll probably do a match after where I show you another time to find the ghost room real quick. It is just incredibly useful, and I really want to share it with you. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into Willow Street House and show the power of the paramic. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are. We got Lisa White. We'll also be playing the game normally, of course, because it's wonderful. We have a smudge stick, motion sensor, and photo of the ghost. Can be pretty tough. So what do if you've seen me, I tend to start with this. Of course, a flashlight, and then a paramic and a photo cam. Now, if you just want to find the ghost room, I recommend you ditch the photo cam for an EMF, because sometimes you hear a noise that you can't quite pinpoint. You know it was very close, so you can kind of you can run around with the EMF and waiting for that value, but you couldn't quite exactly pinpoint where it was. That is where the EMF is at its strongest, and it used to be why the EMF was the single only tool you ever needed to find the ghost room. But ever since they changed it, you cannot no longer hear footsteps, and they've made the footsteps a lot more common. They happen a ton more. The paramic is now the king of finding the ghost room, because the main reason why there we heard something. The main reason why this might have been speedrun. Okay. The main reason why it's so strong is because it can find a ghost that is not making a noise. So there, I both had the noise. I heard something, so yeah, obviously that helped. But the main thing I want to point you at is this, what we're seeing here on the paramic right now. I am pointing at a room, just like straight at this bathroom, and this value is not going away. This value is staying on the paramic forever. Now, if I point at any other room, if I point at here, I will get a big fat juicy 0 or very low. It's gonna go down to 0. Yeah, there you go. But if I point at this room, which is the ghost room, it will give this value. Okay, it's also being very spooky right now. This value can go anywhere between, it's a bit strange. We did a ton of testing yesterday, but this value can be anywhere between like 0.6, very weirdly low, and like all the way up to 3.5. The most important thing is that if you point your paramic at a room or a location, and it will continue having the same value forever, that means you're pointing at like where the ghost or the ghost is doing its footsteps, which is what you're looking for. I think it's touching this door. Yeah, it's definitely touching this door. It can interact anywhere around it. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be where the ghost is doing its interactions at the time, is also something we found. It can be quite confusing. It's just, you have found the area of the ghost, which is what the ghost room basically is. Like now that we know it's here, or that it's around here. Maybe it's gone now. Let's see. Oh no, it's still here. We can go take our tools in and then continue the quest, which I think the main strength, as I said, is that the paramic allows you to find shy ghosts. And shy ghosts, if you've ever been on like an asylum or a just hard, let's take in this because it touched the door, a hard bleed still or something, you know that the shy ghosts can literally take you like up to 10 minutes to find. If they don't want to do anything, which can happen, then you can't find them. Because if you don't use the paramic, you kind of rely on the ghost activity. You rely on it either talking to you on the spirit box, on it giving you an EMF value. Oh, nice orbs. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you here? Are you close? Are you French? I don't think it's French. Now, because it's, let's see, do we have fingerprints? That would be very quick. Oh, we do. Wow, okay. This might be a really quick round, which could help, because then we can hop into the next one. Banshee or Hantu. Hantu would be freezing. Banshee would be dodge. Yeah, so let's go get a thermo out there. Also take a photo real quick here. See if it's still here. I really like to do this. I like to continually pick up the paramic and see if I can... Okay, so now it might be... Where's my flashlight? It might have moved around, because we're no longer getting this permanent value here, right? Which is what you're kind of looking for when you're searching the ghost. Maybe it's still throwing stuff in there. I still don't know, because sometimes it can just straight up disappear. Like, the noise will no longer be happening permanently, and that's when you're, like, really confused. Okay, it's just still in the... What? The 3.5 is... Okay, 2.1 again. Seems to be either at the back of this room or in the room behind it. Okay, yeah, it's still around here. Usually, if the ghost is this active, I would not go back to using the paramic. I would just continue collecting evidence. But it is a good habit, in my opinion, that I'm trying to develop myself, is to go, okay, I think I am being fruitless right now. I think what I'm doing is no longer, like, I'm no longer interacting with the ghost because it has moved, to then go back basically into this ghost room finding phase where you just kind of go, okay, maybe the ghost has moved. Can I find it again? Do I hear any noises in a different room? Can I get a paramic reading in a different room? And then what I recommend, let's say that we did find that, right? Let's say that we found that the ghost is now back here instead of there. What does that, what do I do then? What does that information do for me? Now, I wouldn't recommend you to constantly move back and forth your books and dots and to a certain degree, your photo cam. Once you find the orb room, you know that's the ghost room, or the orbs is really the only way to know, like, for sure, okay, this is the ghost room. I don't think any other thing really is completely fixed to the ghost room. So it doesn't necessarily, like, the ghost can write anywhere. The ghost can decide to write anywhere. Oh, it's not writing though this time. So you can't really find the ghost room that way. So what you can then do is you can move the book around to where you think the ghost is. However, it is extremely hard to really track it 100% of the time, and because it will be moving around really, really quickly. So I kind of recommend, once you find the ghost room and you're kind of certain that you have found the ghost room, to not really move around your stationary equipment too much. Leave your dots, your writing in the ghost room. Yes, this will mean that if the ghost really does decide to just perma-roam, you are in a bit of a tricky situation. But you can't really make that any better by just constantly moving around your equipment. That will only be very confusing. Okay, so it's freezing. Anything below 3 is freezing. We are dealing with a Hantu here. If you constantly keep moving around... Where's my flashlight? Oh, if you constantly move around your equipment, it's only going to lead, from my experience, to a much slower game. I'm just gonna actually take this photo. I'm not here for the super long game. Has it touched this window? It has not. Has it touched the light switch? It has. But what you can do is you can actually, let's go get another photo cam. You can actually go to that different room and now start yelling at it there, because you have to be very close to the ghost to actually piss it off. You can kind of check. A stat you should really start looking at, if you aren't already, is time in the ghost room at the end of the game. Now, what does that mean? That doesn't necessarily mean the actual time in the certified ghost room. This might just, this is the time you are in the room where the ghost is also at, which you want to maximize. You want to maximize the time that you are in the same room with the ghost. So that's kind of a good stat to look at if you just want to... this is not really a game you have to perfect in a way, but I like to see if there's still things to improve even after this amount of time of playing, which there definitely is. One of the things I really struggle with, which I think everyone struggles with, but I want to improve in, is dealing with roaming ghosts. What do you do? I'm trying to kind of come up with a strategy there, and I think that the paramic might honestly be one of the missing links in figuring out where the ghost is at all times. I think we're onto something. Now, this is a very high value. There's certain equipment, by the way, that give you values on the paramic. Oh, Jesus Christmas. So be careful with those. Yeah. Oh, I just heard it singing. I just did like a ghost event where I could take a photo. That's unfortunate. Well, can you show yourself? Can you do something? Did it touch the light switch? It definitely touched this, but I already took that photo. Maybe it touched something back here. Because it was here for a second. I can take this photo too. I found the bone already. Let's go check back here for the board. If it's there, can be right there. It's not. I haven't checked the garage for the board. Well, let's check. Wait, have I? Maybe I haven't. I don't think I have. Can be back here. This is a very good photo to have, so, but yeah, it's not there. Let's go yell at the ghost a little bit. It's definitely in this room, it seems. Right? It's doing stuff here. Can you give us a sign? It's freezing here too. The dots does not give you actually a value on the paramic, by the way. The spirit box will. Spirit box will give you a permanent 5. And this is kind of the things if you're working with a team. Let's giving it 10 now. Yeah, there you go. If you're working with a team, they might be making constant noises and you kind of want to learn what different noises mean. I think when someone touches a light switch, it's like a 1, yeah. If someone closes a door, it's a 4. If someone turns on the breaker, it's a 3. If someone is talking through their global comms or local comms, I think that's a 2. But again, these values are very like up and down-ish. What you are looking for is these permanent values. If you move your paramic very quickly, you might get baited into like making a mistake, but it seems to actually be in front of me right now. I'm holding it still and I'm getting permanent 2.1. Now the question is it in this hallway or is it somewhere? It's actually like in front of me right now. Seems to be right here. Can you give me a sign? It steps on the motion sensor. I could hear that from the truck. So oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I could take a photo during the hunt here. It's a freaking Hantu, so this will be very slow. Can you come here? It's a crawling ghost. Oh, that sucks. I can't see this ghost, bro. Sure, I'll take it. Now I can go all cool and say that I did that with skill, but no, I was a lucky son of a bitch right there. That is just pure luck. Which, if you don't shoot the shot, you miss it every time. So yeah, even though that was luck, since it depends on what you're going for, right? If you're going for like max experience, you want to get all the objectives, then shooting out your photos during a hunt, like spamming photos during a hunt, try and get that ghost photo can actually be really good. I'm gonna quickly fill out this book, which I always like to do that. Just a good habit to have. Using salt is great at this. Honestly, I think that with a combination, because there the motion sensor actually really helped me to know that it came, like it was standing over here, and then it walked through the wall, because ghosts can walk through walls. If you place like adjacent to the ghost room, a couple of these motion sensors, let's say here, let's say over here, because the most annoying ghosts, seemingly to us, are those ghosts that keep walking through like the walls, that don't just like obey the rules of normal ghost or normal peopleness. Okay, it's back here. Let's just take, oh, frick. There it is. Okay, fill out this book. Hopefully these count. They're behind the toilet, but yep. Okay. So yeah, you can also use salt for this. Just really love the paramic. I would love to hear more strategies as well that you guys think are gonna be really good, because if we can solve as a community, if we can kind of solve roaming ghosts, we could become like the ghost whisperers. What if you would do something like this? You would place, let's say here, and then every time the ghost goes through this wall, because now that the motion sensors and paramic have gotten this buff, like the paramic has obviously gotten a huge buff, whereas the motion sensors are now just also infrared light sensors, what they used to be. can kind of use them. It's always going to be hard in a team because they might be triggered by teammates. But you could legitimately become like a ghost corporation that just kind of follows, like really closely tracks the ghost. Which is honestly, as if that's the end game of this game, could become so cool. And again, I think the paramic is going to be a huge help. I forgot where I left the paramic. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't know where I left it. I guess I lost it. But yeah. Oh, here it is. Basically, you want to just, again, look for these permanent values. In this case, it's seemingly a 2.1 is kind of where it is. So it is in the ghost room now. And that's all. I don't use the paramic to really find noises that I hear. For that, your ears are still by far the best. The paramic is really king at finding these noises that you cannot hear, which is kind of ironic that the paramic is useless for noises that you can hear, but very useful for things that you cannot hear. So it's a bit strange. Let's hop into next map. We're gonna do one more game, which is the paramic. Maybe track a little bit of a roaming ghost. Maybe put in some motion sensors to really try and. I really want to solve roaming ghosts. It's different every game, so you don't necessarily. That was a really nice game. Not a perfect game, but a really nice game. 15 minutes. Relatively quiet ghost. Did a lot of interactions. Only one ghost event actually turns out, and one hunt. We're gonna go to another map, and I'll see you right there. Alrighty, here we are. We're on Tanglewood now. I genuinely don't believe, from my own experience, that the paramic is that great on large maps. Now, the reason why I think that is because on large maps, you really do rely on the ghost opening a door most of all. Like on high school, you're counting on the ghost. Let's quickly read this. George Robinson, candle salt, ghost photo. All right, let's keep that in mind. On large maps, you kind of rely on the ghost leaving a trace, because like it opening a door or ringing a phone, or ringing a phone on high school, opening a door on asylum. Those are by. Okay, well that's 2.3 permanently here. Like these are things that you cannot get. This is why I mean, this doesn't work. Let's just preface this. I'm just getting really lucky here. This doesn't work every time, but it works a lot of the time, and it really supports normal gameplay. Because if the ghost starts throwing around shit, or those ghost events or other shenanigans, like, of course you'll find it. You don't need anything. But you don't need anything. You don't even need the EMF for that. But those quiet ghosts are now also able to be controlled. Like, this ghost immediately started talking to me. Like, obviously it also opened a door, so it wouldn't have taken that long to find it. But I found it a super active ghost. I still found with the paramic before the ghost even gave me a sign. Now, in this case, again, it's a different value every time, it seems. That's why I have done a lot of testing on this, because it was extremely confusing to me. But it seems that just the footsteps have a different value every time. Like in this case, it's a 2.3. Now, I've even seen this value change throughout the match, that if it goes to a different room, it actually starts emanating a different decibel value. That is seemingly an EMF5 right there. So again, you're not necessarily looking for a certain value, although I haven't seen it gone above 3.5, so maybe 3.5 is the max. It's not necessarily distance based, because the closer you get to the sound doesn't seem to make it louder. It just seems either room based or just RNG, just a random value that gets chosen between a certain bottom and 3.5. I'm oh boy, what the okay, that kind of spooked me. I was not expecting that. That actually kind of got me. I love the Neil Hunts, it's so good. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? It just threw that painting. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Maybe it's just a foyer ghost? I love that you can now just see the orbs more easily this way. Maybe it's here. It could also be... Like, one tip that I want to give you every time is don't just tunnel vision super hard on... Okay, it's freezing in here, so it's definitely... I mean, seems pretty... Right? I thought I saw breath. swear. Oh, it knocked on this window. Don't tunnel vision too hard on one ghost, one room, because the ghost can definitely move around a lot. And even at the start of the game, it might immediately have stepped into a different room. And the worst you can do, which the longest games I have faced and the hardest games I've faced, is where I'm just too stubborn and I stick around one room for way too long and I keep tunnel visioning on it. And then, oh, the ghost was actually in the room next door. That's where the orbs are. Like, you feel like a real dummy when you do that. Now, it happens to the best of us. It happens to literally everyone, so don't feel bad yet. It's definitely here. It's cold here. Which, if it's cold, I think I very obviously saw EMF on the chart. I should bring in an EMF just to confirm that. But yeah, that's when you feel like a dummy, when you focused on the wrong room. So focus on an area more than one room, because generally every ghost seems to just have like a starting point and then a range at which it interacts. Now, every ghost also at one point, if you remember, I mean, it's a long time ago and not everyone follows all the patch notes, but a while ago, let's actually take in, I should keep interrupting myself, but let's take some of this in there. A while ago, the ghost gained an ability to roam far away from their ghost room. Every ghost, except probably Goryo, I think. Goryo might not have this. But every ghost has the ability to just roam far away from their ghost room. Which, honestly, creates just dead time in a game. You don't want to follow the ghost far away, because they then tend to just go far away, and then slowly return to their ghost room in the coming minutes. Which, if you all just completely move over to a different location, you'll just be wasting your own time. The ghost will eventually return once you have figured out that area where it's active. And think through walls. Think in, like, absolute distance. How far away are certain distances from the ghost room? Like, in this scenario, let's say I have a foyer ghost. The garage is actually extremely close to this room in, like, absolute distance, because this wall is the only thing keeping it apart. No. It's only that singular small wall that is between the garage and the foyer. So what you can have sometimes is that you come into the house, you immediately get greeted in the foyer, but then you actually have a garage ghost. So think through these, like, walls. Oh, it's writing in the book. Oh, this ghost is very cool. Let's see if we get EMF 5. Not quite. I should probably take this photo. I can still probably take that. Let's hope I did. It's okay. Guess we'll just take some feet now. I think that's another really good tip that I can give you. Can you show yourself? Oh, it's throwing stuff over here. Oh, this EMF is really not going to 5, it seems. Oh. Oh. Oh, there. I love that you can actually, like, physically fully track it, basically, if you have... let's see. Oh, this is gonna... I guess I can take this. Like, walked over here. I should hold on to another cam, because if it ever shows itself and you don't have that cam at the ready, you always feel bad. I highly recommend having a cam around. They drop it at the door. Oh, walking through the wall. What are you doing? Here you are. 1, 2, and now I want... Okay. This is a great way to pull up the book, by the way. Just put some salt in the ghost room, and you'll get feet really easily. And they're one of the best photos if you don't have... They're one of the best repeatable photos. Hello there. If you don't have fingerprints. And then obviously the ones you're looking for are the board, the bone, and the ghost photo itself. The ghost photo being, like, by far the most valuable, but you can't always get that one because the ghost doesn't want to show itself sometimes. It's just a little shy piece of garbage. Which I think is actually kind of... It keeps the game real spicy. Because it always feels satisfying to get the ghost photo. Like, every time you get it, you're like, yes, we did it. So it kind of gives that immense replayability to me, that super satisfaction of getting that ghost photo. Even though sometimes you don't even need it. I am unsure about this bonus. Did I already pick it up or something? No, I did not. Let's check the basement. And the bone can be such a hassle sometimes. But through this cup, it's on the side. Can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? Can you do something? It's in the bathtub. It can actually be in the bathtub. It can also be below here. That's going to be very hard to spot. Okay. Well, it's definitely there. It can be under these couches, by the way. I don't know if it's actually EMF. Let's take that out of the book right now. Because we definitely have writing, obviously. Revenant, Shade, or Demon. Revenant would be... orbs. Shade would be EMF, I think, and Demon would be fingerprints. So it's definitely not a demon. If this is Shade, I am extremely confused. That would be very unlikely. Let's quickly check around. Love to find the bone, but sometimes you just... Is it in the sink? What if it's in the... That'd be funny. It could be like below here. I checked the master bedroom well enough. Maybe I haven't done that properly. Sometimes you just have that sneaky bone, either on the bed or like back here. You can have it too. You can even have it behind here, which is super annoying. I think this might be one of those unfind the bones, which happens. All right. Something. Can you give us a sign? It happens to literally everyone. It's just part of this game that you sometimes have a bone out of bounds. I am kind of envious of the people that will be playing this game in the far future, that while there will be like properly completely tested bone locations and there won't be any out of bounds bones anymore. Oh, those days are gonna be glorious whenever that happens. We'll be far in the future though. I have a strange suspicion. Can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? I'm just gonna go if you don't do anything. Let's track it, shall we? It's here. Ooh, maybe it's not there anymore. So where is it then? The motion sensor will also give you a value on the paramic. Oh, it's there. So yeah, that gives you that big, high, chunky value. Is there a permanent value here? Because that is one thing that I have sometimes that I don't quite know yet what causes it. But this, oh, now it's here. You see, it's actually useful. Actually useful, maybe. 1 point. That is, oh my God, it's working. It's actually EMF 5. It's actually working. You see it? Oh God. Whew. Jeebus. It's actually working, like the tracking between the walls with the motion sensor. Now it's stepped here, and now it's there. Wow, this is so cool. I kind of am. This is pretty fun. This feels really powerful. I feel like I'm in total control of this ghost now. I could just follow it around if I wanted to. Man, this is really fun. Kind of awesome. Of course, I can trigger that myself too, but that was definitely the ghost. Really cool. Let's quickly take in the tools we need. So yeah, paramic plus motion sensors could be like the how to track the ghost, how to deal with a roaming ghost. Kind of. Let's drop in this. You know what? Let's do candle. I'm gonna use maximum piss offage on the ghost. We're gonna smudge it so it cannot hunt. And I placed a candle, of course. They removed some of the candles on the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Get out of me, bro. Take that! They removed a lot of the candles, which is really sad, honestly. I really liked having a bunch of candles. Really fun, but they removed... Oh, there you go. I think we're gonna fill out the rest of the book with, these photos now. 1, 2. Ooh, hey there. That's just a shade, by the way. I would not have said. That's why you can't always go off of behavior. Sometimes you have that ghost that just defies all expectation and just goes bananas. Threw something there. Like, once the ghost starts becoming aggravated enough, the paramic tends to be a little bit harder, because now, like, you can see what literally happened there. It threw something over there, then it walked here, and then it walked in there, touched the door. Like, it's kind of cool. I feel like I'm totally, like, I almost see the ghost when it's invisible now. I know I'm putting on my tinfoil hat a little bit too much, but it's really fun to have that feeling, and to feel kind of, like, reasonably that you can support it, not just going like, oh, I am the ghost whisperer, blah blah bullshit, but like you can actually fully track the ghost, kind of, sometimes. Okay, I think we have to give up on this one. Uh-oh. Wait, there's a beer on the table. You saw that, Jing? I think I'm gonna hide and be quiet real quick. Oh, it threw that, actually. These are those fake myling ghosts where you feel like you're dealing with the myling because they're so quiet, but there's this one sound effect, which I think is this one here, where it's just so quiet. And it feels like that should be myling, but no, myling can be extremely loud. The only way you can tell a myling apart is by its footstep range. You can't hear the footsteps at a like closer range. Another great way to, by the way, detect the ghost room is to see what's out of place, like mannequins and... God, this shade, bro. Mannequins and... This is going to be a terrible idea, but mannequins and stuffed animals go out of place. Oh, it's actually coming here. Okay. Go, 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 go. Mannequins and stuffed animals get teleported from the ghost room to different locations. So when you see a mannequin or stuffed animal out of place, you go, where are there stuffed animals and mannequins in this map? But I have to hide now. Second. Alrighty. So yeah, keep that in mind whenever you see something out of place. Sometimes it's like confusing, which I can see how that can be confusing. Like, let's say the ghost throws a ball down the stairs. That does not mean it's starting to lead you somewhere from upstairs. It threw it like physically upstairs, down the stairs. No, that means that the ghost was in a room with a ball and it teleported the ball away to a set location. Because all these things... stuffed animals seem to be completely random. Mannequins have fixed locations, and balls also seem to have certain fixed locations. So think, where did this come from rather than where did it go to? If the mannequin teleports to the kitchen, that doesn't mean that it's in the kitchen, but that means that it is in the location where the mannequin is. That's actually a great way to find the ghost room. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. Showed you some strategies to track the ghost, which I think is one of those, like, I don't want to sound elitist, but one of those like hundreds of hours things that I am still very much learning to this day, how to properly deal with these tracking ghosts. Behavior is also changing slightly all the time because they're patching the game very actively. But it's one of those things that you will keep learning and keep building an intuition for over a huge amount of time. Finding the ghost room is one thing, and then how to deal with roaming ghosts is something that takes like hundreds of hours to like learn, and I don't even know it yet, like how to deal with every ghost. You've seen recently I uploaded a video about a ghost that was literally everywhere. Like, sometimes you just get that ghost that just kind of beats your intuition, beats your ability. Couldn't find the bone. Again, I've looked everywhere. It happens sometimes. But yeah, these were some really fun games. This was a Shade with 5 ghost events in 13 minutes. Yeah, that's a funny. So this is the set you want to look at. Now, if you, let's say that the ghost is in the toilet, right? These rooms are harder because if the ghost is in that toilet, I feel like, I guess to make it really pissed off, you should actually be in that toilet itself. So I did it poorly here. I stood in front of the toilet looking at it to try and have it do a ghost event in front of me. Because if I'm in the bathroom and it does a ghost event, it immediately disappears, so I can't take the photo. So these small rooms are kind of annoying sometimes. This is a very low stat, generally, on this. You want to have this higher, as high as possible, again, as I said, but I was also just like talking a lot. If you have this proper setup where you set these motion sensors, you can try to really, this is like, if you want to have another challenge, I challenge you to try and get your ghost time in the ghost room number as high as possible. That's kind of a really good sense to see how well you can track the ghost, how roamy it was. If this is very low, like in the 1 or 2 minutes in like a 15-minute quest, you know that the ghost was very roamy and it was a really tough one that way. But yeah, let me know share what you like to do, what you deal with a roaming ghost, how do you like to deal with it. I can understand if it's just I hate them and they are the bane of my existence. Mine too, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I really at least it feels like there's always like this skill ceiling. Like there's still ghosts that give me trouble sometimes. Like if every ghost was a walk in the park complete shit show of the ghost is completely helpless and I find it instantly and solve it instantly, then I don't think this game would have much of an appeal after how long have I played. Played it for 1,073 hours. I don't think I would be looking forward to playing this game as much as I do daily. If it wasn't for this like challenge that I still have to feel like I have to solve. I really think that the roaming is almost key to the replayability of this game. I know a lot of people think it's overbuffed at the moment, but look at the longevity of this game. If it wasn't hard and challenging, would you really be enjoying it? If you found the ghost immediately every time, I don't think people would really enjoy it, even though it would maybe be satisfying for those few, maybe even 100 hours, but then after that it's like, oh yeah, I guess I find it instantly and it's just a really easy game. It's still not a very hard game. Like, you can win every time, but you have to adapt, which I think is really fun. But yeah, I have just been talking for like way too long now, so I hope you had a good time listening. I love this game a lot, as you can tell. I hope you learned something about the paramic and about tracking ghosts in this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike, dislike it. And if you want to join the streams, we're live every single day over on twitch.tv/insim. And I welcome you there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.